Wasn't it a swelter across Australia today? I think most areas across the east coast that I've seen copped it quite hard. We copped almost 43 degrees, which is 109 Fahrenheit here today at about 1 o'clock. I haven't watered my market garden area since Thursday afternoon, so I thought I'd take you for a quick walk through and show you how it's all faring up. Picked a couple of kilos of zucchini again. And not long ago, I had my 3-year-old come over and give me a bag of green tomatoes that he kindly picked for me. Thanks, Angus. I was waiting for those to ripen. All the tomatoes are looking really strong and healthy. I've been spending a lot of time down here on the tomatoes, bagging up a lot of fruit. Been removing the occasional fruit like this that hasn't set properly. And also going through and removing disease-looking leaves like this, which looks like a type of fungus that's set on the lower leaves. I believe this has been caused from water that's been splashing up on the leaves. Overall, I'm really happy with how many tomatoes I have been bagging up.
No, wait, I need that. I need
My second round of tomatoes that I put in was a lot of cherry varieties, like this mini Roma truss here. And as you can see, it is absolutely loaded with so many flowers at the moment. And then some other plants aren't looking too great, like this one here. It's still trying to set some flowers, but it's got this weird deformity to the leaves like this, which is, I think is a type of leaf curl, which I don't think you can cure by any kind of treatment. Or similar cases here of this leaf curl on another variety here, which is the green zebra. Next door as well, it's doing it on a lot of them. All the eggplants are looking strong and healthy. I'm starting to get my first fruit that are setting. Also been inspecting leaf damage and squishing beetles like this, which is causing it. It's removing all the lower leaves from the eggplants and laying them down to sheet mulch as a natural living mulch. And that's going to help provide some extra protection on the soil and also assist with airflow for the eggplants and the tomatoes behind. All my capsicums and chilies are doing really good, happy and healthy, tucked right in front of the tomatoes here. I'm growing them this way to look at providing some soil shade for the tomatoes to keep them happy and healthy as well, and also to look at companion planting and intercropping to get the maximum yield out of this garden bed space. If you're going to look at interplanting like this and packing a lot of plants into the one space, it's a good idea to look at making sure that you've put a lot of compost and aged manure in, so both plants have adequate food to be able to feed off, and make sure you also keep up with extra watering because you have got a lot of extra roots in there that do need a good drink. Over here, the potatoes and the cucumbers have fared up really well, and they're starting to set quite a fair few fruit in here. We're going to be picking loads of cucumbers in the next few days. A lot of the beans aren't looking too good. A lot of the leaves have gone very dry and crispy like this here as well. So I'll go through and remove those leaves that are basically dead like this and just drop them down as mulch and give the plants a good drink. Down this bottom end of the garden area, it is absolutely pumping as well with growth. You can barely walk through a lot of the aisles here. The green manure crop's doing really well. Zucchinis are still pumping out a lot of fruit daily that I've got to be picking daily, but they are starting to slow. So I'm pretty crazy. I'm going to look at actually doing the next round of sowing seed, which is kind of just up over here. And I've just been going through with this hand scythe and just going through and just cleaning up a lot of the branches, just to get a clear pathway to come through. And then also just doing some tidy up pruning when you get old looking leaves like this as well. You can see how easy that tool works. It's good. Also starting to get my first golden nuggets that are appearing that are doing quite well. So I'm going to look at actually picking a few small ones of this kind of size here. Similar to zucchini, it's got a softer kind of shell. You could leave it a little longer to look at ripening, but my idea of thinking is to be looking at picking these fruit as they come through, just like you would with a zucchini or a cucumber, to allow further ongoing production for the plant to continue producing more. Check out the size of those little beauties. Can't wait to cook them up. Thanks all for tuning in and watching the garden walkthrough that I've just given you in our market garden area that I've been busy setting up. Hope you've enjoyed the content so far. If you do, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned to see further updates on how our hobby farm's kicking along.